Hello. Today I will be teaching you how to start up in Conflict of Nations and the early game strategy of it. We are going to split up the video in 4 parts. 1. Joining a game. 2. Unit research in buildings. 3. Diplomacy. And 4. War. Alright, let's get started. First of all, you want to search for a game in the home page of the game. You want to search for a game that has less than 5 players, especially if you are wanting to play a popular nation such as Germany, USA, Great Britain, etc. In this case, we chose India, a fantastic nation to play with 7 homeland cities. You want to start researching basic infantry or National Guards. I personally only recommend to build National Guards if you are being attacked on day 1. Additionally, you want to build an air unit to kill ground units, such as helicopters, strike fighters, and elite attack aircraft. In this case, we are going to build elite attack aircraft, therefore we will need to research an air superiority fighter first. If you don't have elite attack aircraft, then you should build strike fighters or gunship helicopters. Let's get to the buildings. First of all, you want to check the number of cities. You will see later on why. But in this case, we have 8 cities. To start with, you want to start building an arms industry in your capital. Then queue a level 2 airbase if you are building strike fighters or elite attack aircraft. The purpose of the arms industries is to boost your economy and being able to build units. After the capital, you want to check your naval bases. If you have 7 cities or more, you want to utilize 2 navy cities to build navy. If you have less than 6 homeland cities or less, then you only want to utilize 1 naval base and use the other naval bases for military. Supposing you have 7 cities or more, you want to build frigates or cruisers in 1 naval base and in the other attack submarines. If you have 6 cities or less, then just build cruisers or frigates in that port. Start by building arms industries in these naval cities. Then once the arms industries are built, you want to gradually build up the naval bases and make navy. After this, you want to choose 4 cities in which you will build military bases. In these cities, you will also build your military units. You want to start by building a military base, then an arms industry, and finally start producing infantry. After that, if you have 8 homeland cities or more, you want to use 1 city as an air base and build air superiority fighters in it. This way you can destroy planes and helicopters. After putting all your cities at use, you want to search for provinces with a material icon on it. These provinces produce you the thing it says it will. You want to build a local industry there to increase the production rate, which enhances your economy. One way to make sure that the province does produce something is if it says daily production X number when you tap the province. You also want to put your plane to patrol your capital city and put your artillery in aggressive, if applicable. With that being said, you are now ahead of 80% of the players in the game, but if you will want to get ahead of 100% of the players, you will have to apply what I teach you next. Diplomacy, you want to create a strong team to win the game. That way you can fight together and not alone against other coalitions and players. Furthermore, you can also help each other out economically wise. First of all, you want to check your neighbors' statistics. In this case, I want to check Iran, Pakistan, Myanmar, and China. If they are good players, you want to team up with them. If not, then you want to look worldwide. One quick way to do this is to go to the home page and click the player's icon. Here you can see each player's statistics. Then if you find someone good, search for his username in search and ask if he wants to team up. After you have found some players to team up with, you want to either create a coalition or join their coalition. You can do this by going to Diplomacy Coalitions. Great! Now you have units building, a solid economy forming up, and allies. You now are ready to go to war and start dominating the map. Firstly, I advise you do not go to war with a nation that has more cities than you, since this means they will have more units than you. You also want to consider the risks of being backstabbed by another country. After you know the risks and someone to attack that has less cities than you, then you are ready to know the best form of attacking. Firstly, you want to make stacks of 10 units. This way you deal more damage and takes less damage and causalities. No more than 10 through, otherwise your army will be undermined. Also, make sure you leave one infantry behind in every homeland city that isn't producing infantry in case you get countered or backstabbed. After making sure that is not your case, then you want to send those stacks to attack the enemy's cities. Make sure to leave one infantry in each occupied city through to avoid rogues. Then you keep running those stacks until you have occupied every single city and province. You also want to send your air superiority fighter to patrol the provinces and to attack his plane, if active. With the early game successful invasion, you now have a massive advantage both diplomatic and economically wise, as taking cities boosts your economy's production. However, in the case you got attacked first, you want to send your units to your province where enemy soldiers are marching and build combat outposts there. This will garrison your troops and dramatically boosts your troops' damage. Then once you destroy all his units, you want to counterattack. In the case there is no one to attack, you want to wait till you have 2 strikers or helicopters or elite attack aircraft, and then you're ready to attack countries bigger than you. Excellent. If you've reached this far, you now know how to play early game as a professional. You also want to make sure to be actively conquering territory and upgrading your economy by upgrading your homeland arms industries and capturing cities. Throughout the game, also try to be less air dependent and build units such as railguns, multiple rocket launchers, SAMs, etc. You now know how to dominate early game and have the best start possible. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. If you have any questions, write them in the comments and I'll do my best to reply to you as soon as possible. Good luck.